So it plays like a biopic movie, but in the form of a documentary. And I prefer docs over biopics because biopics, 8 times out of 10, get it wrong. We've had a whole lot of superstars on this YouTube shit right here. But I want y'all to know one thing. This is my motherfucking house. Let me stop. Rashad, stop being so corny, motherfucker. All right, y'all, the time has finally come. I have the privilege of reviewing the new Peacock documentary, Kings of Queens, the Run DMC story. It's about time that this group gets its flowers on a streaming platform. We've had the Wu-Tang Saga. We've had Tribe Called Quest. You know, all these groups and rap acts are getting their flowers. Now it's time for the Kings. All right. Not only the Kings of Rap, but the Kings of Rock. It says it in the song. But yo, moment of transparency here, y'all. This one's kind of bittersweet to talk about just because a family member that I'm no longer associated with put me on to Run DMC, put me onto a lot of stuff in my childhood that I still love to this day. But unfortunately, me and this motherfucker don't no longer talk. You know, he was like a brother of mine, but that I'm not gonna go into detail about that shit. But it was kind of bittersweet watching it because, you know, as you get older, tastes change, things change. But the few things that we had in common was our love for comics and for Run DMC. And so I can't watch, you know, no matter what I think about him, no matter, you know, how pissed off I get at him, whenever I see Run DMC, hear Run DMC, I always think of him. So anyways, yeah, I just had to need to say that, man. This was kind of bittersweet for me to watch, but still enjoyed the shit out of this. This is a 3-part documentary, all right? So if you're a fan of Run DMC, you know all the stuff that's in here already. So they cover everything from the beginning, how it started, to the fame, the success, the decline, and then the unfortunate murder of Jam Master Jay. So I think this is more of something for people that really don't know about Run DMC, that are like, okay, who's Run DMC? Who's Run DMC? Okay, put this documentary on for them, and also play the first 2-3 albums for them. You know, you're welcome. All right. But now, if you really want the real in-depth story of this group, check out Drink Champs. The episode with DMC was on. He tells everything. I mean, he can be a little long-winded, man, but so what? He's an OG. He really goes into depth and detail things I didn't know. And I thought I knew everything about Run DMC, but D goes really deep into it. So if you want to see the full story, because I can hear people right now, because even I was saying, like, damn, there was, you know, they didn't talk about Crush Groove. They didn't talk about Tougher Than Leather. You know, there was things that was left out, but kind of like a biopic, you know, you do have to leave some stuff out for time. You know, you just have to trim the fat, put in the real important stuff, and that's what people really want to see. So, you know, as always, when I gripe about a documentary, it's usually because I want to see more. And because of the love I have for this group, I want to see more. I could have watched 7 parts. I could have watched 10 parts of this shit. That's how much of a fan I am of Run DMC and their music and just the culture and everything that they represented. Like, this is the first, these are the first superstars of rap. The first superstars. Yes, before then we had Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5 and all that, and Sugar Hill Gang. But Run DMC was the first superstars that didn't have to dress up in these costumes and shit. Like, they kept it hood, they kept it street. They appealed to everybody on the street level. You know what I'm saying? Not just the street level, just, you know, just black people, period. They, you know, they was ours, you know. And then later on, when they did Walk This Way, they appealed more to the white crowd, you know what I'm saying? So they transcended all different cultures, you know what I'm saying? Whether you was the surfer kid, whether you was a metal head, whether you was a hip hop head, Run DMC had something for everybody, and they were authentic, they were themselves, they never sold out. Unfortunately though, with the hip hop game, and this is covered in the documentary, unfortunately with the hip hop game, the shit evolved really fast. So from 83 to 88, they were like on top of the world, you know what I mean? And then we have a new generation of rappers come in. Now we have the Big Daddy Kanes, KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions, Rakim. The game has changed, you know what I mean? So it's no longer just straight up party and, you know, hardcore, you know, rock, rap type records. Now we're going into the more more intellectual side of it. Now we're exposing the police. NWA would fuck the police. Public Enemy with their current event raps. You have the conscious rap now. So Run DMC kind of took a back seat to those rappers, even though Run DMC ended up becoming your favorite rappers. So if you ask all those new acts, they say, oh, of course, Run DMC, yeah, like they were a big influence in my career. Naughty by Nature, Wu-Tang, all of them. They all paid homage. Even Big, rest in peace. Even Big paid homage. They were the originators, but when you have a new music, a new music genre that evolves so fast like hip hop did, you kind of get forgotten about. So yeah, there was a time in the 90s that at this time I was going into my adolescent years. Yeah, I was one of them too. I forgot about Run DMC when they came out with Run Down with the King. I was like, okay, yeah, they're back. And then Onyx came with Back the Fuck Up, and I forgot about them. You would slam drop, throw your guns in the air. I was all for that, you know what I mean? But then years later, when you're able to look back at everything and just reflect, man, that they were so large, man. And a lot of that shit hits to this day. Okay, my son is 8 years old now, right? And I drive him to school every day. And so my son is in the stage now where he likes to freestyle. He likes to rap, you know what I'm saying? But he's rapping that new shit that I don't really count as hip hop. So I said, boy, let me put something on for you that you can really appreciate, that you can really spit to. And I put on the instrumental to Peter Piper. And then from there, we just went down a rabbit hole of instrumentals, and they were most Run DMC, Jam Master Jay track, all of that, man. And then we just sit in the car and just like freestyle, even though half of the shit we say don't even make any sense. But we're just going back and forth, having a great time. Just the energy of the music, man. It's just it's electric. What's what I'm looking for? It's not addicting. It's contagious. You know what I mean? And then you also look at the landscape of hip hop, how eventually it got to a place where you had East Coast rap, you had West Coast rap, you had down South rap, right? When Run DMC came out, it covered all the coasts, all of them. It wasn't, because I've lived in the West and the East and South, right? Especially down here in the South. New York gets no love in the South. None. Run DMC and LL Cool J, they were like the only ones from up north to get love in the South, and then later on DMX. But down here, you come down here, man, nobody want to hear that. I remember I brought Redman down when Redman first came out. I brought a Redman What the Album cassette, right? Brought it to my cousin. Yo, you got to listen to this. Man, nobody want to hear that New York shit. Now, that's lame. That's lame shit, man. Now put this booty music on. But Run DMC was loved down here because the beats went hard, the rhymes went hard. Down South is all about the beat. Can I dance to the beat? Do the beat go hard? That's the main, they don't care about lyrics. So fortunately, the lyrics was tight, the beats was tight. They got love down here. They got love in the West. They got love everywhere. But then eventually, when the newer generation came, not so much. Then we started getting the division. Then we started getting every coast having their own different sound. Yeah, from the G-Funk to, the Dirty South, the trap music stuff, you know what I'm saying? And now, like, New York is, I don't want to say New York been soft ever since Snoop came through and crushed the building, but, who from New York is, like, killing it right now? The last nigga from New York that really made a splash was 50, and that's, like, about 20 years ago. So anyways, enough of my rambling. This documentary, this is what I've been waiting for, and it delivered in spades. But like I said, as a fan, being I know the story, there was nothing new that I didn't really know. But at the same time, as a fan, I really enjoyed this. So the pacing of this documentary is fast and energetic, and just like it grips you. Never a dull moment, never a boring moment. They trim a lot of the fat off. So it's just all the really interesting stuff that happened within this group. So it plays like a biopic movie, but in the form of a documentary. And I prefer docs over biopics because biopics 8 times out of 10 get it wrong, especially when they cast the actors to play. They're like, who can you cast as Run? Who can you cast as DMC? Who can you cast as Jam Master Jay? You can't do it. So I'll take a documentary over a biopic any day of the week, twice on Sundays. So with that being said, this gets an easy A fucking plus, man. Fuck that, A plus. Got so much love for this group, man. I'm gonna watch it again, definitely for sure. Nothing really comes out this weekend that I want to see, so this is probably like the only thing I'm gonna be reviewing. So check it out, and like I said, and I'll leave the link in the description if you want to hear the full Run DMC story. It's 4 hours long now, but go on Drink Champs. DMC tells everything. Like, remember how in the Goonies when Chunk just said, Chunk, you want to know everything? Everything. And Chunk told everything. DMC told everything. That's it and that's all. What you think about the documentary? If you've seen it, comment free below. Let me know what you thought. If you like it, dig this content, hit that like and subscribe, notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next motherfucking video.